Hey, liberal fruitcakes. I looked like Beetlejuice, so I fixed my hair. April 5th, let's talk about it. So yesterday was the
April 5th protests. Hands off our government, Elon Musk and Donald Trump.
And you know what? You unbelievably surprised me. Because over the past couple of weeks, we've seen Tesla cars being lit on fire as a form of protest, which it's not. The act of destruction or violence for a political movement is defined as domestic terrorism. But from everything I saw, April 5th was a peaceful protest. Good for you. Now, the organizers said that roughly 600,000 people signed up for this protest. And there are reports that said that roughly 5 million people participated across the nation, which is a feat. But what you need to remember is the American people voted for Donald Trump. 77.5 million people voted for Donald Trump. Now you're going to say, that's not what the American people voted for. Yes, it is. Why? Because 75 million people voted for Kamala Harris. Trump won. Now you're also going to say, that's not the entirety of the U.S. population. You're right. And those who didn't vote for either of those candidates don't really get to complain about what's happening. Because they didn't vote for Kamala, they didn't vote for Trump, which means more people voted for Trump. Majorities, that's how it works. But to put this in perspective, if we say 5 million people went to protest Trump, we don't have the exact numbers, but that is the rough estimate right now. The United States has a population of 334 million people. So if 5 million people went and protested, you're talking 1.5% of the US population. Now, there are people who post that it only takes 3% to make a change. Not in a country this big. Because 75 million people voted for Kamala Harris, and 5 million people only protested. That's 6%. And did it affect anybody's daily lives? No. In fact, I didn't even know anybody was protesting in my hometown until somebody posted about it. Now, for those complaining about Elon Musk, saying, why would he do this? He has no right. We didn't vote for him. He just wants power. He's the richest man on the planet. He doesn't care about your 401ks. He doesn't care about your social security numbers. Now, a lot of people argue, what incentive does he have to be doing what he's doing? Why does he want the government to be more efficient? Now, you're going to say, he just wants more money in his pocket. Yes. No, duh. But what is the best way of doing that? Capitalism. You think the government's just lining his pockets? No. The more money he puts back into the market, puts back into your pockets, puts back into the American people's pockets, the more likely they are going to spend on goods and services, of which he runs companies that operate in goods and services, which means you're going to buy more stuff. So yeah, anybody who runs a business wants more money in consumers' pockets, so they buy their stuff. It's not that hard. So stop your complaining and have a good day!